Well, hello everyone and welcome to the plot tour at the end of November. And quite a nice day today with of course very long shadows, so apologies for that. So as usual, the rhubarb bed this time of year, it's coming to an end, although it does look like the rhubarb started again. But this two large clumps at the front here were original to the plot and they are very happy with their circumstances. We still have flowers. There hasn't been a hard frost. It's got down to 0.1 degrees centigrade, so very close. But we've still got some cosmos, penstemons. We've still got some strawberries. There's even the occasional blossom still coming on. The leeks are now about as thick as my arm. We have harvested a few and they were very nice, although as I mentioned in my last video, allium leaf miner did get them. But it has been a very strange year, very hot in the summer, and November so far we've had 3 times the average rainfall for this area, so all of a sudden very wet. So the berry bushes dying down. And the carrots, there's more weeds than carrots in there now, but we've still got a fair few to take us into the new year. So we did eat some of the Chilean guava, the several fruit that was on it. Tasted weird, it was like some kind of apple bubble gum. The blueberries have died down. And we've got the troughs are very much just waiting there for their spring bulbs to come up, and I'll arrange them on the plot. We did actually harvest some of the lettuce in here and it was very nice, so that was an added little bonus for this time of the year. So we've just got basically beds just getting into their winter state. We've got some beetroot there that is harvestable, but we're anticipating it being a bit woody eventually. We've got sort of field beans filling in. We've also got a few sort of rogue sweet peas. Actually got a bean and that's from last year, and that's one of those runner beans that just, if you leave them in the ground, it's a nice way of just giving a living root to the ground, into the soil, helping the soil biology. We're getting turnips out of here, which is quite nice. The mustard is bolted, but there are bees still around, so they're always happy to nip in and have some pollen. Talking about living roots in the ground, we've still got the peppers here, but we're not going to be harvesting anything, but they're just sort of getting the soil, giving it some life and having the yin-yang relationship. We have harvested a swede. That was what we were thinking of as big splitty. It had a great big split down the side of it, but it fattened up quite nicely, so, as are the others. We now have to fathom out what to do with it. And the peach has still got a few leaves on it, but they're obviously turning autumn colour. We've got some primulas bounce back. There's a lovely little penstemon here that has done good service. This cherry tree is dropping its leaves. Tomatoes are finally out at front of the shed. Doesn't look like we're going to be having any tomatoes for Christmas, as I said in the last video. Rosemary is doing quite well. It's flowering. Again, the bees have been quite happy to see it. And I'm going to be trying to see if I can festoon a few more of my branches on the red love here. Don't think I've had significant enough growth to do that. Time check, 1:10. So after getting excited about seeing a frog, possibly two in the pond, we haven't seen one for almost a month now. But they know where it is, so hopefully they will come back. I have gone and put a tip of Waldo into a pot there, so I'm hoping that's going to take. The dahlias are still alive on the plot, but they haven't been flowering. Unlike this amistad, which is going really well. So the asters have finished, but there's still salvias keeping going. There's one remaining lily is refusing to die down. So we got the tulips in pots on either side of the rose arch. Clematis has come back, and there was some new growth from Gertrude Jekyll. In fact, there's a rosebud on the top there. Don't think that'll come to anything, but nice to see that she's still alive. Well, we just spoke to a neighbour who was coming away from her plot with a good harvest of Joan Jay raspberries, and our polka variety is still producing, but we've tried them and they're just, the taste isn't there. So I've mentioned in another video I popped up about the blossom and the fruit on the pluot, and it's still there. It hasn't been had by frost yet. Whereas the plum varieties have all dropped their leaves ages ago. So this is the sweet corn bed, still with its residues just protecting the soil. And parsnips, haven't had one yet, but waiting for a frost. That's another line of leeks. But this is the bed where we took a couple of leeks from, just down here. I've got plenty more to go. So kohlrabi and pak choi. We've been having some pak choi in stir fries. It's been very nice, but I think, well, it's probably going to start bolting soon. Brussels sprouts, they are forming, but as I've mentioned before, the front two, very weird. They must have lost their tips and we just didn't realise. Cabbages, they're going reasonably well. Actually, they're hearting up, which is quite nice to see. And there are the dahlias. They do have buds, but haven't seen any flowers for a while. We've got a real mishmash of tulip bulbs along the rim of the orchard bed, so it'll be interesting to see what comes up in the spring. We've got some we've saved from the garden at home, some from pots and things from this year around the allotment. So the origerons have gone bonkers at the front here. I've had to hack them back because they were swamping the pinks, which have started flowering again. It's rather nice of them. That looks quite sweet down there. Yes, I don't think there's a rosebud here, but again, it's come to the end of its year. So there's some borage, even some borage flowering down here, which is nice of it. So I've tip layered the taberry in 3 locations, so I'm hoping that something will take, so we can have a new plant for next year. This pen stem has been doing very well, sort of a plum coloured variety. And the naughty is still on the go too. So there we are, a rather unseasonal November, nearly December. Hope everyone's keeping well. I will catch you in the next video. Bye for now.